and welcome to our tutorial series. In this 7-video series, I'll walk you through the basics of using Intuiface. You can find a link to the text version of this tutorial in the video description. This is a continuation of what we built in the previous videos, so if you need to catch up, click here. In this video, we will work with a variety of asset types and begin to put together something visually engaging. Let's start by creating a collection of images. Left-click the Collections icon in the blue ribbon at the top of Composer to display the list of available collections. Left-click and drag the first element named Asset Grid from the Ordered Collections section to drop it onto your scene. Left-click the first Tim Burton image in the content library and highlight the other images. Now, left-click and drag all 4 images onto the Asset Grid element you just added. You should now see a collection of 4 images displayed using the Asset Grid layout. Now let's modify the collection. Change the collection to a slideshow by clicking the Collection Type button at the top of the Properties panel. If you don't see the Collection Type button in the Properties panel, make sure the collection you just created is selected in the scene. Using the Properties panel, resize the slideshow to a width of 245 and a height of 330, and move its center point to 350 on the x-axis and 400 on the y-axis. There's nothing magical about these numbers. They just happen to represent the most appealing size and position when we created this experience. The same goes for any future height, width, and position specifications. Let's give this space a title. Left-click an empty part of the space to deselect the collection you just modified. Left-click the Simple Text Asset button in the Assets panel, or right-click on the scene and select the menu item Insert, Assets, Simple Text. Using your mouse, drag this text to some open space above the slideshow collection. In the scene itself, double-click the default text, which currently has a black font and thus is hard to see, and replace it with the word Biography. Using the Properties panel, adjust the font color to a shade of white and adjust font size to 40. Increase the size of the Simple Text asset if necessary. Click the slideshow collection and then hold down the Shift key on your keyboard as you click the Simple Text asset to multi-select these 2 assets. At the top of Composer, you should now see the alignment and distribution icons appear. Click the leftmost alignment icon to align the left side of the slideshow and Simple Text. You can also drag the Simple Text asset with your mouse and eyeball the alignment. A blue alignment line will appear when the alignment is achieved. Let's add a quote. Left-click somewhere on a blank part of the scene and then add a new text asset. Replace the default text with, "One person's craziness is another person's reality." Using the Properties panel, change the font color to a shade of white and the font to Baskerville Boldface. Resize this text asset to a width of 330 and a height of 170. Align the top edge of this quote with the top of the slideshow collection. Now let's add a video. Drag in the video from the content library and place it below the slideshow and quote. Resize the video to a width of 520 and a height of 290 and then align it with the left edge of the slideshow collection. In the Behavior category, check Autoplay. In the Appearance category, check Show Timeline. Go to File, Save to preserve all this effort you've put into this tutorial so far. Now that your experience has been saved, let's add a document. Drag in the PDF from the content library. Resize the document to a width of 845 and a height of 600, then align its bottom with the bottom of the video. In the Properties panel, change the document style from horizontal scroll to book by clicking the Style button. Change the container from pinnable to free. In the Cover Style subcategory, change the settings to change the fill color to light red, change the radius to 0, and check the flat box. Your final layout should look something like the following. Press the play button and put your good work to the test. Flip the images, turn pages in the book, run your video. So that's it. We covered a lot in this video, but now you're ready to move on to part 4. I hope this video was fun and informative, and that you are inspired to create and develop your own unique experiences. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next step of this tutorial.